Who the fuck cares what we think? Welcome everyone to Monday Night Bores presents Monday Night Gores. I'm your host Lowblow, and with me is Clean Gene.
Hello.
And Cid Lectro.
Hi.
And we are going to roll a D10 and see which of these films we're going to watch. It was a painstaking process where we chose films, each of us, to put into a list that added up to 10.
Yes.
It's very complicated. I don't want to go into too many details. Let's roll that dice and see what we watch. Son of a bitch. 4. That would be...
Mandy.
Okay, well...
Sleeper hit 2018. Nicolas Cage.
I guess we'll see how this turns out after this break.
We're all expecting good things from it.
There's no way it could suck.
Thanks, Cid Lectro.
Thank you. This is Cid
You're
Lectro's
welcome.
pick.
Yeah, it sure is.
And we're back. Wow. What can I even begin to say about this?
That was 2 hours.
That was 2 hours. Let's discuss. How about first, Cid Lectro,
Quick.
how about you apologize?
Apologize for what? We all loved it. I was expecting good things from this movie. I've heard good things about it. I didn't like this movie. I've heard that the first half is slow and then it turns into a revenge story. And it was slow for the first half. And then it was slow for the second half in the revenge story. This movie, half of this movie is set up for a plot. Nicolas Cage is like
Wait. Can we establish, is there a plot in this movie?
Or a protagonist?
Yes.
Who's the protagonist?
Nicolas Cage.
But he doesn't drive the story.
The small
He does.
Jesus guy?
No,
Is he the antagonist?
he is.
Now I'm confused.
The plot is Nicolas Cage is a regular dude. He's married to a weird lady and he chops down trees and he gets helicoptered out. And then the story is his life as a depressed forester, woodsman, lumberjack.
So the first half of this movie was a complete waste of time.
Pretty
Tries
much.
to set up...
It could have been condensed into like 10 minutes.
Tries to set up the relationship with Nicolas Cage and his wife.
Sets it up through neon lights and them looking miserable but staring at each
A
other.
bunch of low talkers.
Well, there's a little bit of talking. There's not even much talking. But you can't understand it.
And then there's some crazy Jesus freaks on LSD.
Uh-huh.
And then the leader decides he wants to fuck Nicolas Cage's wife.
Yeah. It's Linus Roach.
So they hire some Hellraiser bikers.
Uh-huh. Who we later discover aren't actually demons. They're just dudes on LSD.
Like to fuck people in the ass with a knife.
Yeah.
But who doesn't really? I mean, you say that like... Never mind, go ahead. Sorry I interrupted.
And then they take his wife. They give her LSD. Linus Roach shows her his dick. And she laughs.
Mixtape.
And his mixtape. Because he turns out he's a failed musician who does a lot of drugs and thinks Jesus talks to him and told him he can do whatever he wants. So he just has a cult and he abducts women, I guess. And Nicolas Cage's wife laughs at his tiny little dick. So he... Whoa. Some commentary from Lowblow.
Just calling it like it is.
Well, I guess Nicolas Cage is hung like a horse.
Could be.
Yeah. It must be. She's laughing at an average-sized dick.
I thought she was just laughing at him because he was a weirdo. Not necessarily.
No, she was laughing at
This
his
is
dick.
dick.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's why he got so offended.
He whipped it out, and she was like, ha 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 ha.
Shut up!
Oh,
He whipped it out like Ric Flair in his
Yeah.
robe.
woo!
Woo!
That's why they call him the Nature Boy.
The Nature Boy.
The Nature Boy. And then they take the wife back to Nicolas Cage's house and tie up Nicolas Cage. They tie up the wife in a bag and they light her on fire.
That's the end of the movie.
That's the first
That's
half of the
the
movie.
beginning of the
See
movie.
how that's the setup for the movie.
And that took
Half of the movie,
over
an hour. Actually, yeah, it probably was over half, right?
Yes, and it was very slow moving, and nothing was happening for 90% of that
It
time.
was
Yeah.
atmosphere, guys.
Just a bunch of
It was atmosphere.
neon
That's
lighting.
true. How did you find the atmosphere at Lowblow? You like atmospheric things.
It was great. I loved it.
I told you he was going to do that.
Go on.
Go on.
So this film features lots of themes, like the Manson family, for example, and then
Uh-huh.
you get the Hellraiser element in there with the bikers, and there's a lot of influence from The House on the Left. And there was also animated segments, much in the vein of heavy metal.
Yes. Every time Nicolas Cage falls asleep, he sees his wife doing either as a zombie or killing stuff in anime.
Yeah, and soundtrack featured.
a lot of
A lot of
the
noise.
movie seems to be going for a heavy metal theme.
Yes.
It's like it's trying to look like a heavy metal art cover or album cover,
It is very much so.
which I mean I've seen it described like that before, but I can concur. That is what it looks like. He's got a silver axe. Anyway, then the second part, maybe not half because it's less than half, is Nicolas Cage going to get revenge. And he meets up with Bill Duke, who was the guy in Predator. He was Mac in Predator. And gives him a bow that he doesn't use much. And then Nicolas Cage makes an axe. And then he goes around slowly killing the people who done it.
The bikers first.
Yes, the bikers first. And as Lowblow pointed out, it would have been better if he fought the bikers last because they were harder to kill than the cultists. And they would have made good bosses. Good end boss. I could still see if he killed the main cultist last, just as the actual end boss, but it should have been shit cultists, bikers,
Small dick.
Small dick, yeah.
Average sized dick.
Average sized dick, sorry. I was excited to see this movie. I've been wanting to see it since I heard some good buzz about it last year. And I was giving it a chance. It's kind of whatever. It looks nice. It has a good look to it. Good style. And then the revenge plot wasn't satisfying. And I found the movie just kind of annoying, and I turned on it.
Yeah, I would agree. I think the atmosphere of the movie was good. The style was good, but it moves way too slowly. There's way too much wasted time. I do think there were some good kills in the revenge half of the movie, but again, it would just slow down to a crawl after something cool happened, and Nicolas Cage would just pass out and dream in anime.
I don't want to talk about that.
And then move on to his next kill.
This movie seemed annoying because even the kills to me, when they were cool, it's still like, I don't know, lingered too much on him staring at the person before he killed them.
You're in my shirt! You're in my shirt! Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I think they put the style over substance.
Very much. This movie is 99% style. Lowblow?
I enjoyed it. I felt it was it's pretty good. Cid Lectro,
Quick.
how about you apologize? It had things I liked in it.
Such as?
Soundtrack is very interesting. I liked it.
How would you describe it, though? Besides
Atmospheric.
interesting. Give us an example.
And I appreciate the pacing. The only downside, and I will echo Clean Gene here, is that I didn't feel much for the protagonist during the first half of the film. Nicolas Cage and his relationship to his wife is somewhat central to the film, but we don't feel like there's a whole lot of chemistry there. They're lounging around, and it's got a dreamlike atmosphere, I suppose, but that's the whole film, has got a dreamlike atmosphere. It just becomes more of a nightmare towards the end, so...
What about the pacing did you like?
I mean, I was ready for something a little bit more high octane from the start, and that didn't occur. So, yeah, it did not set expectations were high going in, but yeah,
That's what you liked about the pacing.
yes,
That
my
you didn't
expectations were
like it.
too high, yes.
My favorite thing about the pacing is that it's not what I thought it would be, and I hated it. Clean Gene?
I already gave my thoughts.
Yeah.
So we're gonna give a score, guys.
Yes.
Man, that was a quick one.
Quick
Before we do a score, it's time for pizza time.
Pizza time.
Pizza review.
Pizza time.
God,
Everybody
guys.
knows the rules.
Everyone knows the rules. One
One
bite.
bite.
Today we're reviewing Michael's Pizza Bar and Grill.
It's just some place. Don't worry about it, guys. Talk to our listeners. They're gonna be like, "Where the fuck is that?" And we're gonna be like, "It doesn't matter."
Yeah, it's a place.
So
It's a pizza place.
Lowblow was looking up pizza places and saw that this place had better reviews in some places than Chefs of New York.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give this one a try this week.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty good pizza, guys.
It was.
I found the pizza to be quite average.
It was above average.
And the more that Lowblow insulted Chefs of New York and called it worse than this, the lower the score on this one.
No, this has a pretty solid score.
I found the crust to be okay but burnt,
I
but
mean,
nothing
it's-
special.
It wasn't burnt. That's
It was burnt. It was burnt on the bottom.
It's not what burnt means. Burnt would be like if it was like
Mhm.
literally burnt.
That's how it was on the bottom. It was black on the bottom. That's burnt.
It was pretty pale on the bottom, actually.
Okay.
Cid Lectro just rage quit.
This is not fucking pale. You see this shit?
That's not burnt either.
It is burnt.
It is not burnt.
Clean Gene, look at this piece.
That's not burnt.
That looks different than the pieces I ate.
Yeah, most of the ones
So
I had.
every piece I had, look, it's burnt on the bottom.
That's not burnt.
Is it?
It's not.
Clean Gene.
It's what you'd expect
That's-
from a wood fire oven or an oven that has
burnt.
a stone.
It's charred.
No,
I wouldn't
It's
call
not
that
sure.
burnt.
It's
No.
charred.
I wouldn't call that burnt.
it's not burnt or charred.
It's not burnt entirely, but it
It's
has
not.
burnt spots all over it.
It's not what burnt spots would look like.
It is.
Burnt spots would be dark black. That's not
Those
even
are
black.
black.
No.
You go rub your fingers
That's
on
I
it.
did not.
It's
I did not
golden.
think the crust was overcooked.
No.
Anyway,
Well, even besides that, the sauce didn't have much flavor. The cheese was just okay. The pepperoni was not crisp enough. It was underdone.
So you're saying it was underdone, but it was also burnt.
Cid Lectro gives this a 5.1.
I think
Whoa,
I think
whoa.
whoa no. No,
Low blow.
This is a great pizza. I think is definitely above average. Give it a 7.8.
Clean Gene.
7.8.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying 9.5 earlier.
Yeah, he's been
What are you talking about?
he's been whipping out the
Pinko wings.
9.5. Woo! 9.5.
Pinker winkled.
Tinker winkled.
Pinker
No,
winkled.
this is a solid pizza and it's above average. I'd say yeah, it's really good.
Okay.
Clean.
So I would agree this is an above average pizza. It's not great. It's above average. I disagree with Cid Lectro's opinion about the cheese and sauce. I do think the sauce had a very distinct taste to it. I thought the cheese was actually really good. It was like fresh mozzarella.
Yes.
The downside of this pizza was the crust to me. I think the crust could be improved and it would be a better pizza. Not that the crust was bad, it's just wasn't on the level of Chefs of New York. Overall, I would give this Lowblow stole my score.
What?
So
Stole your
You
score?
Now
can
I
have,
feel
you can
like I
have the
gotta-
same
I
score.
feel like I got to give a different score now.
You're gonna give it a 7.8?
Yeah, we discussed this earlier, and I said
Oh.
7.8.
No, I don't
Yeah.
recall that.
I mean, you can't review a pizza before you.
So you're saying
review
it shouldn't? You're saying it shouldn't be a 7.8? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'll stick with 7.8.
Man,
Yeah.
2 7.8s. There you have it. That's Monday Night Gore's pizza review for Michael's Pizza Bar and Grill.
And now back to the movie.
All right, what did you guys give Mandy?
7.8.
Solid number only.
Solid
That is a
number.
solid number. That's
One
a
through-
solid 7.8.
1 through 10. Solid.
Solid.
You're gonna make us
Solid.
do this every week?
What do you mean make you do it? I don't
You
understand.
did this last week.
Yeah.
No,
you,
I didn't.
Yes, you
Yes,
did.
I don't recall this.
976.
976.
What?
Give it a solid number,
You
1
tried
through
to give the
10.
movie a score of 976.
Did I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn, I must have been really drunk. I don't remember
Doesn't
that.
even listen to our own.
No,
Man.
no, I didn't give it that
All right.
Yes, you
score.
did.
No.
Lowblow. 1 through 10. Solid numbers only.
7.8.
No, that's
You
not a
can't.
valid
No
score.
decimals.
Didn't you do that? You gave a
That was
movie a
pizza.
decimal.
No. Only
No.
pizzas.
Only pizzas can have a decimal.
Yes.
Yep.
Different rating scores.
Then
Rating
7.
systems. 7.
You're giving Mandy a 7.
I told you he was going to do this. He
What
was,
do you
on,
mean?
he was on his phone half the movie.
So-
He wasn't even watching the damn thing.
I don't know what you're talking
I was
about,
pretending
guys.
like he liked it.
You
I
guys.
told you he would do
What a
this.
hipster.
Yeah, what a hookster.
I don't know what you're talking
Clean
about.
Gene. Mandy, what would you give it?
I'm going to give this like a 4.
4?
Yeah.
I'm torn because originally I was going to say this is at least a 6. And then I was going to go lower, and then Clean Gene's like, I'm going to give this a 1. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll give it a 2. And he's like, a 4.
Wow.
And I'm like, man, I don't think I hated it as much as Clean Gene.
Wow, you were about to give it a 1. Then you gave it a 4, and
All right.
it made you change your mind.
So I'm going to give it a 4 as well.
Oh, wow. You guys stealing scores. Is that what's going to happen now?
All right. Now for the
Now,
official 10 and 1
yes.
score.
Roll that die. Andy is a 2. Really?
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. The official Monday Night Gores presents Monday Night Gores 10 and 1 score for Mandy is a 2.
Man, that doesn't make any sense. Why do we do that?
What do you mean? It's the best gimmick.
Okay, well, thank you.
You get to put in your fake opinion score, which, by the way, is wrong.
Cool, guys.
Wrong in the sense
This movie was
that
burned on the
no,
bottom.
wrong in the sense that that's not what you would have rated it.
Stay cool, guys.
Stay cool, guys.
I'll blow you, man. I'll suck your fucking dick.